Hello, I'm Sarah, and today me and my helper Olivia here, who's currently off scoffing a feed hour and she's going to join us shortly, are going to make some tortillas. Now these are just so basic. All you need is flour. It's flour and water, that's it. You don't even need oil in the pan, even if your pan is non-stick. That is how basic these are. 1 cup of flour and 1/3 of a cup of water makes about 2 tortillas. Now some people also add a bit of oil or a bit of salt into here for a bit of flavour. This is one of those, you know, what if you've got nothing but flour in the pantry type recipes, and you know, or you forget to make a loaf of bread, or you forget to buy a loaf of bread, whatever it is you do, you quickly need to make lunch. This is just so quick. Right, once it gets to about that stage, just going to give it a smoosh. Just come together into a bit of a dough ball. If it's a bit on the dry side, you can add some more water. A bit on the sloppy side, put a bit more flour in there. So, turn this out. So I have a secondary helper now. I'm making about 6.
6? Why?
Because that's the amount I decided.
No, make 51.
I'm not making 51, so I'm just going to divvy this into about 6 bits.
Which?
Of course, it depends.
3 and 3.
It is 3 and 3. You are correct.
Like
Now, of course, if you want to get pedantic, you could use a plate and get them into nice symmetrical little circles. With each child I've had, I've become less fussy about these sorts of aesthetics. There we go. So that's pretty nice and thin. So then all I'm going to do, we'll roll out a few more of these so I can do them all at once, because they don't take long at all to cook. Go on then, you do one. I mean, the neat thing about these is that they are so simple. When I actually had my first go at making them, I'd made a few. I'd actually just made enough for one each to have with our lunch, and the kids absolutely loved them because I was just testing it, and they all wanted another one. So I actually got them to make their own. So they all came in the kitchen and just mixed up a bit of flour with a bit of water, put them on the pan. You know, obviously I keep an eye on them when they're doing stuff in the kitchen, but yeah, and they made their own. It is so easy. You want to get your frying pan really nice and hot, but you don't need to put oil in it. You can put oil in it if you want to, but it's not necessary. So you just need to cook these for about 30 seconds on each side. Doesn't take long at all, especially if you've rolled them really nice and thin. So you might notice they start bubbling a little bit, the edges might just start lifting up a wee bit. Easy peasy. Yesterday we stuffed up. For some reason I was using my 1/2 cup measure, wondering why it was so sloppy. I was going to make 10 tortillas and I ended up making, what was it, 21, 22.
21.
I made a lot. So anyway, so we're just going to make a few of them today because we've got plenty in the fridge. They do keep for a few days in the fridge quite nicely. I'm not sure how they freeze, but I assume they'll be alright. As I say, they're just flour and water. So there we go. I mean, needless to say, taste-wise, they're flour and water. They are so plain, but they are cheap, they are quick, they are easy, and they are awesome for stuffing full of salad, coleslaw, meat, whatever. Yesterday with some of the ones I made, I actually just put a thin layer of jam on, rolled them up into a spiral and chopped them, and it was like little spirally, little sweet rolly things for lunch. So I mean, you know, as far as the kids go, they absolutely love these. It doesn't matter that they're not a perfect circle, they're a bit jaggedy edge. As I say, you could put a plate on there and cut around it, make it look perfect, but it's just not the way I roll. I want people to know that I made them, you see, so. You make things look too perfect, they don't believe you made them. So there we go. Hit like, leave us a comment down below, hit subscribe, and we'll be back with more ideas next week. Bye.